What's going on, everybody? I'm Sha. This is the Dollar Tree. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, let's keep on climbing past that 500 subscriber mark. Shout out to you guys. Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about Vechain. I have my trusty phone here with me. And talking about Vechain, I just don't want to go over the charts in this video. I'm actually going to go through some news articles, something that interests me. Because see, all right, okay. Now, as you know, I've laid out kind of like a standard when it comes to investing in certain cryptocurrencies. Vechain is one of those superior cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. Now, when you are investing in the market and you are investing in certain cryptocurrencies, you know, I'm not going to say it's a job within itself, but it is something that you have to maintain. You have to keep up with it, right? Okay. So meaning you have to constantly make sure that they are growing, updating, building new partnerships, things of that nature. So in this video, I'm going to switch up things a little bit different. I'm going to basically go into some more recent news articles and then shift over to the charts for Vechain, all right? So I've already picked out a couple articles that I want to point out to you guys that you may or may not know about. But nonetheless, before we get started with Vechain with the articles and then shift over, I just want to give an update. So an update is we are at 500 subscribers, and we want to, of course, get to 1,000. Because we are not at, we don't have the engagement rates that we're looking for to do the Patreon right now. So we will revisit this at 750 subscribers. And then if we're still not there at 750, we will, of course, push it to the ultimate goal. No ifs, ands, or buts, 1,000 subscribers, we will launch the Patreon. All right. So that's an update on channel. Videos coming down the line. Also, yes, DSLA, XYO, Picoin, yes, DAO and its products, yes, that is coming down the line. Unfortunately, we are not full-time YouTubers over here, so we can't just pump out videos on a daily. It'll be, you know, 3, 4, 5 videos a week maybe. But nonetheless, we're doing what we can to make sure we keep you guys satisfied and up to date with great content in regards to investing in cryptocurrency. Okay, last thing before we get started. I am also going to be adding a different dynamic to this channel. I like the idea of, you know, Damon likes it as well, who loves it. I like the idea of throwing out the investing aspect of it, like the nuggets, those special nuggets in the videos. So a lot of times what I think is going to start happening with the channel is we're going to start really giving out great information as far as like, and you know, those little sweet golden nuggets, those Easter eggs for you guys as far as like getting jump started in investing. And then we'll shift to an update on the cryptocurrency. So not only are we going to be giving you that, you know, if you're paying attention, you're also going to have an opportunity to take advantage of some of those free setups that I'll be offering on the channel, aside from the superior type of content and you know, and release of information. Full disclosure, that'll be happening on the Patreon along with multiple setups. But let's get started on Vechain. All right, let's start with, of course, the news and the articles that I want to point out. I'm going to put on the screen for you guys right here the first one, which is going to be about pretty much Vechain rolling out updates, POA 2.0. Now, before I get into this, put it on the screen for you guys, I just want to point this out that whatever you're invested in, make sure that they are constantly improving and building upon their blockchain. You have to see this. All right. If you don't see this from your crypto, the next time it go green, or if it's already in green, you might want to move on to something else. I'm just saying, you might want to move on to something else because, you know, if your blockchain is just like, look, we in DeFi, we doing this, and then it's like, they go to sleep, that's not a good thing. But anyway, so I'm just going to read I'm just going to read the first couple paragraphs of this article. I'm going to put it on the screen for you guys to follow. So Vechain says the launch of the POA 2.0 algorithm will provide a secure and robust platform. A testnet implementation VIP 193 will be launched and will provide faster transaction confirmation. Vechain has completed the V200 protocol to allow blocks to offer finality-related messages. Improvements. And as you know, Vechain, full disclosure, will be one of the features in our guaranteed money segments, where we will break down this aspect and more in regards to why Vechain is a solid investment short and long term. But remember, it's not about getting in, it's about when you get in. You get in high, you wait longer for your returns. All right, remember that. That goes for everything, stocks included, gold, the whole shebang. Imagine buying silver at $26 and it went all the way down to $19 while, you get what I'm saying. But anyway, so this first paragraph is going to explain to you guys what POA is, break that down, as well as a few other things. So I'm going to read this part right here that I'm going to put on the screen for you guys. Vechain has been working seriously hard to implement the proof of authority. That's what POA is, proof of authority algorithm. Implementing the proof of authority 2.0 algorithm become a reality. The company recently announced that it has made important progress towards its realization. According to the announcement, plans are already in place to launch the protocol. The company said once launched, it will improve blockchain scalability and improve performance as well. At the time of writing, Vechain's altcoin market capitalization stood at $974 million and is trading at 1.5 cents. Now, we're going to look at the charts in a minute. In a little while from now, but you guys can go ahead and check this article out. But let's move on to the next article. All right, next article for you guys. Vechain's toolchain powers producer market to onboard U.S. seafood imports platform No Seafood. Guys, they are not playing any games. I don't understand why so many people, I don't know if it still exists, but I know previously a lot of people had issues with Vechain. I have no idea why. Maybe because it's I don't know. Okay, I'll stay away from that. Maybe it's because it's a coin located in a certain area, but whatever the case may be, I don't understand it. It is an investment nonetheless, right? We are being united globally, all right? You will now be able to, easily jump on Zoom calls, Skype, send money to people from so many different places in the world that I don't think really any of that of the location of where these coins are coming out of are really going to matter, sometime soon. But it says, I'm going to read some of this first paragraph for you guys. Americans spend $102 billion each year on seafood. However, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, about 80 to 90% of U.S. customers still did not meet their seafood consumption recommendations, generally due to the mislabeling of imported seafood products and unfamiliarity with preparation methods. It's further proven by the Food Market Institute first ever Power of Seafood survey that half of the interviewed U.S. shoppers wanted more information on quality and freshness. These are things that, see, when you have cryptocurrencies that are based around solving problems, we talked about, what is that, Phore, about them trying to solve, the online, what is it called? I don't know where my brain went, but we talked about Phore, right? How that was ambitious. But if they're able to start small and just connect the dots, they can build from there. And, that's pretty much what I see out of Vechain, just connecting the dots and making those subtle improvements to get their foot in the door. But let's move on to the next article. We're going to keep this rolling. Okay, continuing on for you guys now. Vechain charts 23% weekly growth as Chinese officials talk usage post-epidemic. All right, this is from a month ago. And again, we already know from previous videos and other videos around the web that they are heavily connected with the Chinese government. All right. when you start making those type of connections, solving problems, and having your technology implemented, you are making more than strides when it comes to growing your cryptocurrency and solidifying it as a great investment. Now, if you are a new investor, I think, okay, it is not financial advice. I think it is important that you go with solid coins to start. Now, I laid out, some of the factors that I look at when I think about investing in more newer, lesser established coins. I look for them to create and build partnerships like that. And I also, of course, laid out the criteria. Yes, Injective protocol is doing well. That's fine, all well and dandy. But we must remember it is not the only one that is going to do well or is doing well. All right, but let's continue on this article because we got two more very good ones to go. But let's say this. Vechain rose 2% on Wednesday to reach 0.0116%. Now, remember I talked about getting in below 1 penny for Vechain. It wasn't down there long. It was a very, very slight chance for you to get in at those levels. According to CoinMarket, over the past 7 days, the supply chain management cryptocurrency is up 23%. Only two other top 30 coins, XCM and Chainlink, have outperformed Vechain over the past 7 days. Okay, things have changed. But as reported by Chinese-based China News, the meeting centered on the usage of digital tools to revamp the public health system in the wake of, that thing. Supply chain logistics, especially those that enable import traceability and certification, will be a critical component of post-crisis response. All right. So, they're looking at utilizing Vechain's toolkit in order to, establish a more robust process when it comes to certification. But let's move on to the next article, which is a big one. Now, Cyprus Hospital, a hospital in Cyprus. This is a big deal, guys. They have taken on Vechain. And according to Vechain, is actually one of their biggest partners. I'm going to read a tweet here. It says, by Vechain, it says, in addition to partnerships, Grant Thornton Cyprus officially becomes one of the 101 authority masternodes of Vechain Thor blockchain. The participation of one of the largest business advisory firms in Cyprus immensely strengthens the Vechain ecosystem. Man, Vechain, if I'm not even going to lie to you, Vechain works. All right. They put in that work. I don't know how they're able to establish these connections and build this out at the rate that they have been able to do it, multiple partnerships. It is, it's very impressive. I'm not even going to lie to you. Listen, Vechain, of course, is one of my must-haves, if you will, for like the short term, long term. It's definitely one of the must-have, but you have to get in early. Let's remember that we want to get in early. We don't want to, we don't want to get in late or any of these. But last but not least, I want to go to this one because someone mentioned NFTs being the future and the next big crypto to take off, the NFT hype. And I had a conversation before I get to the article. I had a conversation and the conversation was based around, what would it take for NFTs to really take off and be implemented? So NFTs, of course, non-fungible tokens. And see, the issue with me saying that they're not going to be that hype is because when it comes to video gaming, right, that aspect of NFTs, what's going to stop these video game developers, these developing studios, from not having their own cryptocurrency? Yes, they may start one on and layer it on one of these NFTs and temporarily and then migrate to their own. That can bring the value, but over time, like if the game is only good for, one game and you can't really transition something from this game to the next game. So here, let me just make it simple. The idea of NFTs being great is you being able to buy specific individual items in the game that cannot be replicated, and you being able to exchange that for those tokens in that game and or a future game. Now that makes great sense if you have series that run for a long time, like you got multiple Grand Theft Autos, like if it was only 200 cars or 200 homes in Grand Theft Auto, right? In this area, that area, you know, that would make a lot of sense. And somebody can come from this area on an earlier game and buy that home when it's updated. Or Halo, certain weapons, you know, you got what, 5, 6 Halos. Now that is kind of like my thought process in it. But, you know, if now let's just say they come out with a hit game, you know, like Star Wars. How many Star Wars have there been? If you're able to collect specific type of items that are bespoke to that video game that can be transitioned into a future game, that is where NFTs specialty, in my opinion, will be most successful. But of course, the games can develop their own blockchain and might not necessarily adopt an already existing NFT, which leads me to believe that it might not be as much hype around it as people originally Vechain's superior platform enables a flourishing NFT ecosystem. Migrate and build your project on Vechain Phore now. Once again, Vechain dabbling into every aspect of blockchain, welcoming everybody to their platform. Now, is this not kind of what Ethereum trying to accomplish? Filling all the holes, filling all the gaps, laying out that base layer and allowing people to build on it? I think they understand this over at Vechain and they're trying to capitalize on this. Now, I'm going to read this first paragraph. You guys can go ahead and check out this article. It is on Medium, and then we will transition to the charts. Vechain's fungible tokens represent unique assets that can be maintained and tracked on blockchain networks. Given its increasingly broad development in various industries such as art, collectibles, and gaming, recent years have been witnessing the accelerated development of the NFT ecosystem, with the total market capitalization of all NFTs standing at roughly 210 million in 2019, predicted to reach 315 million by the end of 2020. Now that is all NFTs. You know, that's the total market cap regarding all NFTs, not just one coin. So keep that in perspective. That's not much of a jump, especially if certain NFTs already have a market cap of 40 million or 50 million. All right. But that's pretty much it. Running through the articles of Vechain. Vechain, of course, putting in the work, getting it done, still growing, doing everything they need to remain a solid investment. But you know what I like to say on this channel. The market does not care about what the company does. When the market decides we're going up or we're going down, that's what the market does. So what is it doing right now? Let's take a look. Let's take a peek at Vechain. All right. Yes. Okay. We are here on the weekly, per usual. Yes. And as you can see, this is super bullish, hella bullish, supremely bullish, ridiculously bullish. You got a cross on the weekly MACD, you know, low value, but oh, believe me, once you get up to the top of this, rounded bottom pattern, you're going to see some volume come into this market. Now, this large pattern, you can say, okay, it's a double bottom that played out. Yeah, it's a double bottom that played out. It came back down. Okay, bounce at the neckline of that double bottom. All right, now that's why I said, you know, below, you know, that 9 cents, you know, 7.5% of a penny, throw the bank at it. Below not financial advice. Below 9 cents is your entry, and you know, there you go, boom. It didn't get down there and stay down there long because people see the value in Vechain. Or largely, aside from the double bottom, you can say that this is one humongous cup and handle. Now, like I said, when you see it get to the top of this range from where previous all-time highs are, you know, this all-time high that we recently put in, let the price get anywhere near there and hold. You're going to see plenty of volume coming to the market and that price skyrocket. Let's go down to the daily. But of course, before we go down there, just take a look at this. I got the double bottom that's been overlapped by the one rounded bottom for the cup, and then I've got the neckline being retested, and then the handle. All right, that third higher rounded bottom. There you go. That's what happened. Now, if you break, real quick, let me draw this. If you break this neckline, the next neckline of the cup and handle, all right, there you go. You break this neckline and hold it. I'm talking about hold it. Yes, you went past it to 1.8 cents recently. Slow grinding. But if you hold it, that you will definitely start to see volume. In my I would not be surprised if you see volume coming to the market and this price absolutely surge past all-time highs. Now let's go down to the daily. Okay, on the daily, zoomed in to the right where the handle is of this cup, you can see, yes, that rounded bottom is too legit to quit. Now, if you see a sudden drop in the market, a dump from the entire market, you're just gonna come back down here to 1 cent. All right, this is not rocket science. That's your major support. If you see a supreme dump in the market, one penny. 1 penny, slightly below, maybe around 8, 9, somewhere in that area. Yes, all right. It's not rocket science. It's never going to be accurate. Fib or not fib, no fib, yes fib, whatever. Yes. So that's pretty much it. All you got. But right now, you can see that this is making a move toward those previous all-time highs. That's it. That's pretty much it for the daily. But nonetheless, let's go down to the 12-hour because we really want to label out these resistances going forward. Now we know we have to hold this 1.8 cents. We need to break it and hold it. We need to get back above that. But let's go down to the 12-hour. Let's go down here. All right, 12-hour, even closer. So in the immediate, you've got about 3 targets here. Let me draw these targets for you. All right, boom, your first target. Look to the right, blue box. You know how we do this. 1.82 cents. That's your first target. Let's go to the second target screenshot. Once you break that 1.8, second target screenshot. Here we go. 2 cents. 2.01 cents. That is your second target right there to the right in the blue box. Now we go to the big daddy, the third target. All right, third target. There you go. 2.28 cents. All right. Oh, wait, huh? That's not technical now? Okay. Let me pull the fib levels so we can make sure that I didn't just make this up. All right, there you go. It matches up. All right, with the lines that I drew. When you get good enough at this, you pretty much know where you want to get in and know where you want to get out. You don't necessarily have to draw a fib. All right, but there you go. You're welcome. That is Vechain. So let's go down. Let's go down to the 8-hour. Actually, you know what? Let's not go down to the 8-hour. Let's zoom out and see what the targets of these fib levels are. Actually, let's do that. Yes, let's go back out to the daily. Actually, yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about these charts. You can't see past. Chart's not wide enough for you to scroll up to see the levels unless the price action is headed in that direction previously. But anyway, there you have it. Immediate right now, those are your targets. You have to get back up to 2.28 cents for Vechain. Somebody's probably going to be asking me in the comment section, all right, so what do you think I should do if I wanted to start buying Vechain? I would say you should have started buying it already, but that's unfair. So the only thing I'm going to say is not financial advice. That's one of the things I'm going to say. And you're probably going to look for entry around 1.5 cents. I mean, if you want to hold long term, I mean, go ahead at your own risk at these levels. I mean, I'm more of a get in where you fit in. Don't get caught crossing the train tracks while Amtrak is coming by. I'm more of the don't stand on the rug that somebody's about to pull type of guy. So yeah, there you have it. But anyway, final thoughts. I'm big time thinking about, what type of material are going to be in these guaranteed money videos. And I think we're going to dive a little bit deeper in those videos, not too deep to where, it's going to, people are going to stray away from it because it's too technical, but just deep enough and align it with the criteria that I've laid out, a basic criteria that other people can, of course, adopt and use when they want to make a decision, along with whatever else they develop for themselves, strategies or whatever that's best for themselves when investing in the market. But as we know, Vechain is legit. Vechain is one of the better coins. You wouldn't go wrong long term, in my opinion, with Vechain. And man, if you was one of the people who was rocking with Vechain when it was like 30% of a penny, 3/10 of a penny, whatever you want to say, even 40 or 50% of a penny, you sitting real nice right now on that investment. All right, and that was only what, 6 months ago. It was as low as like what, 1.6% of a penny. In March, bananas, right? I think the coin is up like 12x or some crazy madness like that from March low. So, and that's without using, that's for the Patreon. Anyway, all right, upcoming videos. Next video, I'm just gonna get down to the nitty gritty on the next video. I'm gonna go ahead and speak my piece on XYO and Picoin, along with give you guys an update on something else of another coin. If you have a specific coin you would like me to go through in the next video, just let me know in the comment section, or you can DM us on Instagram at TheDollarTree. I'm Sha, this is the Dollar Tree, and I will see you guys in the next video, because this video is kind of long. Yeah, I'll see you guys next video.